So we're going to go ahead and get started with our edit view. So before we can do that, we need to create the form. So in our profiles app, we'll create a new forms.py. We're going to go ahead and import our forms from Django. And we're going to import our profile model. We'll then go and create a class and we'll call that our profile form, which is going to take in our forms model form. Now we're going to give that some class meta and we're going to specify our model. So that's going to be our profile model this time. We're going to give it some fields. Now this is a very small model, so all we need to give it this time is an image and our bio because they can't update their username once they've already registered. The last thing then is we're going to give it some labels. Call this image an avatar and our bio can remain as bio. So we'll go back to our views.py now and we're going to import our update view. We're then going to go and create our class and we'll call this our edit profile and we're going to pass in our update view. Okay, so we're going to give it our form class and this is going to be our profile form. We'll give it a model and that is going to be our profile. So we just need to go and import our form at the top. So from forms, import our profile form. So you can see this time I haven't given it a template name. So this is slightly different to the way we did it last time, but using the same class. The reason for this is because it's such a small form, it just feels like a waste to have it go to its own page. Now with the recipes one, you know, it filled a whole page worth of content and you had to scroll even to fill it in. So this time we're not going to give it a template name. We're going to have a button on our profile page that will enable us to add a pop-up and fill the form in from the same page. So similar to our last one, we're still going to need our form valid. So we'll give that our self and form. So what I want to do in here is I'm going to use the form valid function to set the success URL. So in the previous classes, we were able to set it in the class itself, but the main part of the class, because as you can see we haven't passed self or anything in, doesn't have access to the variable that we need. So this time, if we do it in the form valid, we're able to set the page that goes back, but we can pass in our keyword arguments and we can add our ID in there to give it the proper URL pattern. Because if you remember, it was profile, view, and then our primary key for that user. So we'll start this one off by doing self.successURL. So we'll use an F string for this. The reason for that is it will allow us to add our variable straight into the string. So the pattern for this will be /profile /view / and then we can use our self.vargs and our primary key. Okay, and then we're just going to return the super and our form valid with our form. So we're also going to need our test mixins again. So similar to the last one, we don't want people to be able to edit others' profiles and we want to ensure that the users are logged in. So we'll import our user passes test mixin from django.contrib.auth.mixins, and we will also bring in our login required mixin. So copy those out and we'll pass these in as parameters. So I'm just going to switch those around for ordering purposes. We're going to now implement our test function and pass in the self keyword, and this time we're just going to return the self.request.user, and we're going to check if they are the profile's user. So we'll do the self.getObject function, and that will be followed with our field name, which is user. So I'm now just going to run black formatting again and double check that everything is formatted properly with our Python module black, and we will give it the profiles directory. Oops, 4 files. Fair. Not been doing that too well. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our template. So we will begin that in the next video.